I want to remind you that you are a powerful being, filled with power. You are an eternal being, having a temporary experience, having an earthly experience. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Power Hour. This is Dr. Cresslin, your empowerment coach. I'm so excited that you decided to join us today. You know what Power Hour is all about. I'm just here to remind you that there's a power inside of you who's always been with you. They're guiding you. We call that power by many names. Some call them Buddha, Jesus, God, Holy Spirit, Spirit within, higher self, whatever you call it. It really doesn't matter. It is present. It is there. It's a part of your being, and it is here to help you achieve any and everything in your life that you want to achieve. I am coming up on my 50th birthday, so everything that I do from this point on has to count. It has to matter. I'm tapping into my power regularly so that I can complete my mission on the planet. And I am here with a young lady today who is dynamic at doing the same thing. She is doing everything that it takes to make every day of her life matter. Miss Kenya Haliburton, y'all give it up for her. She's a proud mom of 3 beautiful boys and the owner of Her Rising LLC, which is a women's empowerment company whose mission is to equip women to overcome any obstacles that they have in life and to create the lives and businesses that they deserve, that they're worthy of, and that they love walking in. She also is the founder of the Girl Tribe. It's a public Facebook group that you might want to join and learn more about stories of women on the rise, women entrepreneurs. Kenya is here to talk to us today about vision, and for some of us, about revision, because we know that this COVID-19 pandemic has shaken up some things in our lives. Some of us have felt a shift in our purpose and in our plans, and that's okay. That is okay. So we're here to talk to Kenya today. She is a lighthouse. I've known her for about 5 years, and I'm just thrilled to dive into this conversation with her this morning. Hey, Kenya, how are you today?
Hey, Dr. K, thank you for having me. And I'm great. I'm so happy to be here with you and chat with you because it's been a minute.
It has been a while, which it has been a while for everybody. I mean, I know I moved away in January, but even for people who are living in the same city,
Yeah.
it's just hard to connect with everything that's going on today. We're having to repurpose and rethink about how we do engage and connect one another. So I'm so thankful for technology in this era, and that we have Zoom, and that we have so many different ways that where we can see the people that we love and say hey when we can. So Kenya, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself? I just mentioned a few things, but why don't you tell us more?
Well, yes, you mentioned that I'm a mom of 3 boys. I am a mommypreneur. I am building a business. Um, I have been a homeschool mom of one, but now I'm a kind of a homeschool mom of 3 now.
Mm,
Or, with them being home and everything. And so
right.
that's created a lot of opportunities for me. And I love life. I love creating life. I love empowering other women to do the same.
Hmm. That is wonderful, Kenya. You're such a gentle spirit and
Oh,
such a kind woman and a great mother. I've seen you in action with the boys,
thank
and
you.
I can tell you one thing that you are not, and that's a quitter. You
Yeah,
stay in the game, you stay focused, and you keep it moving, and it's just admirable. It's
thank you.
admirable. And I've just enjoyed watching you grow. And I'm so excited for you to share with us today about the power of visioneering or envisioning or revisioning,
Yeah.
whatever applies to those who are listening. So, why don't you tell us exactly what envisioning is and how it has benefited your life?
Yeah. So I looked up the word vision, and it one of the definitions that stood out to me was that a vision is a plan that you use your imagination to create, a plan for your life, that you use your imagination to create. And I just thought that was so powerful because I feel like that's what I've been doing. I know we talked about COVID, you know, there's so much going on around us, so much crisis and chaos is palpable. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that I've been kind of saying here lately is out of crisis comes opportunity. And so I've been choosing to look at all of these things that are happening as opportunities
Mm-hmm.
to become a better person, become a better mom, become a better business owner, to learn how to be happy and feel good in spite of all the things that we see with our eyes, the reality that we see, and empowering myself to say, you know what, I'm a child of God. God is a creator, which means I'm a creator, which
Mm-hmm.
means that I get to create what I want. So I don't have to accept what I see. And that's kind of how I've been moving in this season. Because of you and the work that we've done together, I'm so grateful for you, um,
Oh.
because my life has transformed as a result of being exposed to the power of visualization.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a mastermind when I was in your Mirror mastermind, and I had the honor and pleasure to coach with you. And I remember going through that first exercise where you had us close our eyes and breathe and imagine what we wanted our life to look like 5 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, seeing it in color. And I just remember it being so hard,
Yeah.
you know. And I remember you saying, you know, think about when you were a child and how you used to imagine castles and, you know, cars. And I do. I remember like
Yeah.
driving around and, you know, vroom, vroom, vroom and opening
Yeah.
the door like as if there was one there. And I'm just walking on my feet. Come on, look at you.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so it was challenging at first. But I do remember there being a point, and for me, it was before 2020 hit that
Mm-hmm.
I made a decision. I can't remember. Oh, I know what it was. I was going through some challenges in my co-parenting relationship with my ex. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember talking to you, going into our court mediation. And you asked me, you said, uh, what do you want? You know, visualize, what do you want to happen? What do you want to happen? And I just remember going into that situation feeling prepared, and everything worked out the way that I wanted it to work out. And so it's been an empowering experience for me this year. There's so many amazing things,
Mm.
and
But
none
I
of them
just
have
want to
been
stop you right there because you're really tapping into one of the jewels, one of the nuggets, one of the best strategies that you can use for visualization or for revisioning or for repurposing your vision. And that is the power of play and the power of becoming like a little child. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, except we become like the children of except we become like little children, we cannot inherit the kingdom of God. And that, if you look at that in a figurative sense, where you're inheriting the kingdom is joy, peace, uh, and happiness in the Holy Spirit is the joy and peace from the power that's within you, right? Joy, peace, and happiness inside of you. That's what children have. And so we cannot inherit that kind of kingdom. We can't inherit the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, where it feels like we're having heaven on earth, except we first become as little children.
Yeah,
And so one of the hardest things it is for us to do as an adults, once our dreams have been shattered, once life has happened, the divorces have happened, the nasty fallouts with our girlfriends, you know, just all these rape, molestation, whatever happens to people throughout their lives, the failures, the business failures, whatever, when dreams are crushed, the hardest thing it is to do is to dream again,
yeah,
to visualize again, to envision again.
yeah,
And so I am so glad that you brought up the whole element of play, because that's the secret sauce.
It is.
That's the secret sauce.
It
Love
is.
it. So I heard you got a new car.
Yeah,
So was that a part of the visualization or the envisioning, or was that a part of it?
it was. And
Awesome.
I'll tell you, I have to tell you this story because it's the most incredible thing. And I feel like I'm that person that just got saved and want everybody to experience, what I'm experiencing. um, it's so incredible. So what happened with the car? So you mentioned play. And last year, what I did was I just decided, you know what? I think I was feeling anxious about money or something. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I already know me sitting here worrying about money is not going to bring any more in. I've
Mm-hmm.
lived that life. It's going to land me in the hospital, but it's not going to help me bring anything in. And so I was like, you and had equipped me with these tools of visualization. I had done studying and research and on all these different personal development tools. And I said, you know what? Why not? I'm going all in. I'm doing everything that I've been taught and applying it to my life. And so I just started having fun, journaling, visualizing, meditating, everything I could do to keep myself feeling as good as I could possibly feel. I was
Mm-hmm.
feeling really good. And I had a Corolla at the time. And I have three boys, they're big boys. And I would like sometimes have their friends. And I was like, oh, I need a new car, you know. And I didn't specifically visualize the new car, but I visualized what I wanted my life to look like. And I
Mm-hmm.
was just in that space. So I was homeschooling at the time. And I remember driving in my Corolla for like maybe a few weeks, just going different places. And I would all of a sudden feel like I was in a truck. Like I just felt up high for some reason. And I could look around and I'm like, no, I'm in a car, but for some reason I feel up high.
Mm-hmm.
And it would like last for about 15 seconds. And it happened like maybe 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
A few weeks after that, we got a mailer in the mail. I went to check the mail and I saw one of those car dealership mailers where they have special promotions going on, like a scratch off thing. And I thought, I'm going to play that because I was just in that state where I just wanted to play with stuff and see what happened. And I laid it on the counter, went to do something else. And my son, who I was homeschooling at the time, I guess he saw it and started scratching it off. And he came, Mommy, we won. And I said, we won what? And he said, we won smartwatches or money. Can we go? And I was like, well, they just want to get you in there so they can get you to buy a car. He's like, I know. It's a 50% chance. What do you say? It's a 50% chance it's fake, but it's a 50% chance it's real too.
So
So,
true. So true.
so I said, okay, well, why not? Let's go see. And we went to the dealership. Um, we went in there at 12. By 2 o'clock, I was driving off the lot in an SUV. I've never gotten a car that fast. So
Wow. One
it
you
was
can afford,
one that I could afford. It
one
was
that you like.
one that I liked and I needed. It had lots of space. It was just like, and I was just like, wow, did that just happen?
Wow.
And so
Wow.
that was just one of many incredible blessings and manifestations that has happened as a result of me choosing to create and visualize the life that I want to live.
Right. Wow. So I was taking notes because you were just really throwing out some things that I think is really critical for people to understand. And so what you mentioned is that you were feeling good. You focused on feeling good. Another secret sauce. So we talked about being like a child. Most children, and unless they're in some kind of danger or something, they really feel good about life. They wake up in a good mood. They go to bed. I don't want to go to sleep because they're still in a good mood at the end of the night. So feeling good, and the power of feeling good and conjuring up those feelings of feeling good is feeling good activates your faith.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you were up high and it felt like you were in a truck, but you look around and what you see is that you're in a Corolla. Like, so what I could see with my natural eyes is that I'm in a Corolla. So when you're visualizing or you're envisioning something, then you're using faith, because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Evidence of things not seen with the natural eye, but it's the substance of things that you're hoping for, that you visualize 5 years down the road or 3 years down the road or in your tomorrow. And so, but that feeling good is what makes that, is really what activates the faith on a whole different level, which causes the manifestation. So you were saying so much. I was like, I got to touch on that. I got to touch on that. I got to touch on that. So
That's so good. Yeah.
yeah. And so we've got to become like little children. We've got to become like little children. We've got to practice feeling good. When I'm in the dump sometimes, Kenya, what I'll do is I just imagine I'm just playing this little girl. I got on this little white dress. I'm just running around, twirling, just having a good time. And that is what shifts my attitude, my perspective, my emotions. It just shifts me into a different place. Now, I'm not saying that we ignore feeling bad. I think sometimes we need to sit in the feeling and not fight it, but sit in it, but then intentionally cross over to a different place. And so you talked about how there was a need, like you needed that vehicle. And perhaps with your natural eye, you couldn't see how you could possibly get one. But when you started playing, you manifested one, a nice one, a new one with all the space you need, and one that you can afford. And let me tell y'all, we are creating our lives anyway. Why not try to create what we want? So we love to imagine negative things and don't even realize the power of the positive. The positive emotion and a positive visualization has far more power than negative ones.
Yeah.
So I am so grateful. I'm happy for you. I'm excited for you. And so this was your topic. You wanted to talk about it because you were just talking about all the wonderful things that's happened as a result of it. So what else has happened as a result of you revisioning or visualizing what you want in your life?
Yeah. So one example I wanted to share has more to do with those moments where things trigger you to feel negative emotion, like to feel bad, specifically when it comes to other people and relating to other people. I think that right now, this example would be really great for people because emotions are running really high. People are stressed and they have moments where they have these conflicts with people and puts them in a bad mood. So I had an experience like that. And I had a experience where someone said something to me that made me upset. And at the time that they said it, and they backed it up with a text message, I was driving, so I couldn't respond. But the whole time I'm just like, and I can't get to my phone, but I'm playing in my head what I'm going to respond back when I am able to, right? And as I was playing that out, visualizing that out, the person was responding back in this visualization in my head. And I was getting angrier. Like even in my vision, they were making me angry. You know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna hijack my vision? So they were responding and I was responding back and I was feeling more and more angry and I caught it. And I said, whoa, like I don't want to feel like this. Like my whole thing has been I want to feel at peace. I want to feel good. I want to feel happy. And so when I caught it, I said, okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Everybody has a right to respond however they choose to.
Absolutely.
And so do I.
Absolutely.
And I was like, okay, so what would make me feel better? Like how if this played out, how would I would have liked this scenario to go? And I started visualizing the opposite. I started visualizing the person responding to me with respect and how that would make me feel. And I just, next thing I know, I got carried away with it. By the time I got home, I had no desire to even follow that up.
Wow.
And my day was amazing. Like I had an
Wow.
amazing day. And the next time I talked to that person, it was like it never even happened. You
Right.
know, it was like, and so it, in that moment, and I know a lot of people are having these moments where, you know, just things aren't aligning, people aren't responding the way that they want them to respond, and just to realize, you know what, I have the power to to take back my power and have my day go however I want it to go. I don't have to give other people power over me. And
Hmm.
I can choose to feel and be and create what I want to experience. And that
Absolutely.
was so powerful for me.
Absolutely. The power of choice.
Mm-hmm.
It amazes me how many people who are subject to their emotions, right? They feel like they have no control over how they feel, no control whatsoever. And you are, well, if that's your take on it, then your emotions control you, but you have a choice in whether to let your emotions control you or whether you control your emotions. And
Mm-hmm.
just taking that moment, visualizing a different way, gives you your power back and
Yeah.
reminds you that you have the choice. That is so powerful, Kenya. And that is an example that I know is going to touch a lot of people,
Yeah.
because whereas some people are not going to be at the place where they feel like they can manifest a truck,
Yeah.
they know that they can manifest a different attitude about a conversation. And
Yeah.
so that's a good starting place. And for those of you who have not had, who've not played with visualization or envisioning where you want to be in 5 years, I have a 8-minute meditation on my YouTube channel. Dr. Kreslin Empowerment Coach is the channel that you can go and practice just doing a very simple meditation that won't take you long, and so that you can see many of the benefits that come along with it. So I thank you so much, Kenya, for sharing that example. What are some other ways that you have been able to manifest through the art of visualization?
Oh gosh, let me see. I, you know, it's just, I mean, since I learned this process from you, it's really just been, you know how we say in the new year that this is going to be my best year, you
Hmm.
know, and then the next year comes and that wasn't really it, but no, this is the year, you know. I feel like this was that for me. And it's really bittersweet because we're living in this weird, kind of crazy time with
Yeah.
so many things happening. But I feel blessed in that I feel like I'm in a bit of a bubble, and this has
Hmm.
been my best year that I
I love
can
it.
probably ever.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, like my best year
Wow.
yet. And
Wow.
so financially, business wise, uh, personal mindset, spiritually, with my children, like everything. I'm not gonna say I'm like I don't have moments, but it's been incredible.
Yes.
Um, I think that, and I know I'm going up the block and around the corner, but I want people, I feel like I want people to know, like those people, anyone who's listening who feels like you're in like a dark place and that you don't have any options. Um, just know, like this, I'm someone who in 2015 was homeless.
Mm.
I was homeless, didn't know where my next check was coming from, didn't have any money. I was couch surfing, trying to figure out I was going to raise three boys. And to have a year like this is like, I could have never, I could have never dreamed it. Or maybe I could have, but I
Hmm.
didn't then. You
Hmm.
know, I didn't. I am now. I know the power of dreaming now.
Hmm.
So I think probably for me, the most one of the most incredible things is that we worked on a 5-year vision in our work together in your mastermind.
Hmm.
And visualizing and dreaming about what we wanted our lives and businesses to look like 5 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
And I revisit that often. I'm always adding to it. I'll be driving down the street like, oh, okay, I know I want this,
Mm-hmm.
and we add this to the plan. And the beautiful thing about it is a lot of those things have come to fruition,
Mm-hmm.
already.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it unfolding. So it's really cool. I have a team now. Um,
I love it.
my bank account is fatter now.
I love it. I love
um, and I have more confidence, and so it's just, I feel like the home run for me has been learning how to visualize, how
it.
to create my reality, how to not look at things that, not focus on the things that are happening around me that I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
For me, those things are a trigger. It's like, oh, I don't like that. What do I want to create?
Yes, yes. It's shifting gears. Not many cars are made with a stick shift anymore. But it's like shifting gears. And I remember when I learned how to drive a stick, then you had overdrive. That's when you go, you know, and that's it's everybody has the ability to do it. And so first of all, Kenya, I want to say thank you. I've done a lot of work over the years, and I do it from the bottom of my heart. So I don't do anything to get anything in return, but to have a student or to have someone, to another sister, to sit under anything that I've done and them to say, it really worked and thank you. Once they've made it, to another level in their lives, it's, it provides me the honor that I enjoy, because I know for me, like, none of us makes it on our own. None of us make it on our own, right? But we sometimes forget, how many people were actually there for us and that really helped guide us. So I just want to say kudos for you. And what I can tell you will happen as a result of that, of honoring people who've helped you along the way, is that you will attract more and more people to honor along the way. Because even at this state now where you are, to get to another level, you're going to still need some people.
Yeah.
And so when you are grateful for the things that have happened and for the people who've been in your life, for the teachers, be them good or bad, then you just continue to get additional teachers and additional coaches and additional mentors and
Yeah.
additional sisters to help you just keep, following that trail. And for many of you who may be asking what she's speaking of, a mastermind, year-long coaching program that I put on, but also this is plan your next level. So even without going through one of my masterminds, we have this planner on my website for $39 that teaches visualization, how to write a mission statement, how to write goals, how to set up your 3-year, 1-year, and quarterly and monthly goals. So you can get this on my website for $39, drcresslin.com. And if you don't want the planner, you can get all the resources that come with the planner for free on the resource page at drcresslin.com. People who empower just want to empower others. And so we want the best for everybody. That is my mission on earth, is to remind you that you are a powerful being.
Yeah.
Having an earthly experience, but you can tap into the power that is within you to help you transcend where you are to where you want to be. And so that's what we're here talking about today. Now, Kenya, you have a business and you are now empowering so many other women. Why don't you tell us about how you visualize this business and what has happened since you started it?
Yeah. So one of the things that I envisioned was having a business that was a lifestyle or a women's empowerment company that empowered women to build what I call life friendly and profitable businesses online. And um, that is my goal and mission for my company. And so throughout all the things that I create, that's my focus. I want women to be able to build businesses that fit their lives, One of the things that I experienced in my own life was this kind of duality between trying to get my life and grow my business.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a lot of women, that's the challenge. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you have these big ambitions to build your business, and then you got all this stuff going on in life. And how do you do both? How do you grow as a person, and how do you translate that to growth in your business?
Mm-hmm.
And I know for me, for a long time, I tried to do it backwards. I tried to build my business and think that the success from my business would help me get my life in order.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work like that. So I really have been really intentional about visualizing my business and what I want it to look like. And it shifts and it changes, and but just really being active in what I want to create. And so to date, you know, what I am doing is I have a consulting side of my business where I work with women entrepreneurs, new and emerging women entrepreneurs, to set their businesses up for long-term success.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of the main components of that is helping them create a course as a product. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times we get caught up in services, and you know that takes time. And so when
Mm-hmm.
stuff like this happens, our income is impacted by how much time we have. So
Mm-hmm.
I help women create their online courses through that program. And then because personal development has been such, you know, and I got this from you, so thank you. Personal development has been such a core, so critical to my success,
Mm-hmm.
that I started a organization, a co-founded an organization called Go Girl Unlimited, which is a women's empowerment community. We have the Girl Tribe on Facebook where women can come and just kind of have a community of other women who are working towards their goals and share and support each other and just the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of where I am now. And I'm excited.
I love it. I love it. And so, for those of you who are interested in creating an online course, my one and only online course, Kenya was the hands and feet behind that. I guess we filmed and maybe twice a month until we got this seven module course
Mhm.
completed. But so I have a lot of information going on in my head, but it's so overwhelming because once I start typing, it's just like, oh, I'm so tired, and you want to kind of get lazy and give up on it. But Kenya has a process that helped me simplify all that information and to put it into a course. And so thank you, Kenya. So I'm actually just looking for a different platform now to put it on to make it more accessible. But for my getting ready to share it with my girls that I'm mentoring. So she is the real deal. So if that's
Thank
something
you.
that you want, then check it out. If you're still just trying to see what these new and upcoming women entrepreneurs are doing, then check out Kenya's Facebook group, The Girl Tribe, and learn more about her and everything that's going on. But this visualization has just got me so excited, Kenya.
Me too.
It's got me so excited. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So we're looking at things with our eyes and we're thinking, it's not possible. I don't see it. I don't see it. But that's not faith. And
Yeah.
the faith is activated by those positive feelings. And those feelings can transpire when you understand that that power is inside of you, working for you, is there saying, use me, use me, use me.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm seeing that you've done. You have gotten the empowerment that you need, and now you're giving back to the community and empowering other women. That's so exciting. That is
Yeah.
super exciting.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit more before we wrap up about visualization.
Yeah.
Any more examples that you just burning to share?
Let me see what else has happened. One interesting thing. Now, this one hasn't fully manifested yet. So we go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I told my children. It's funny because I talk to my children all the time, and I was walking past their room one day, and they were like, "I helped Mama manifest a car, and she manifested this bed, and she, you know."
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
one of the things that I'm working on manifesting is my first house. And um, a couple of weeks ago, I joined this group here, Facebook group here. It was a free group.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they basically give away free things like if somebody's giving away a stove or something or a
Mm-hmm.
couch or paintings or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
they give it away for free. So I don't even know why I joined it. Well,
Mm-hmm.
spiritually, I guess my spiritual mind knew why I joined it, but I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't conscious of it. So I joined the group, and I was just kind of going about my business one day working, and I saw a notification come up on the screen that said someone was giving away a free 30-inch television. It was basically really in well condition. They just didn't need it anymore, whatever. And so for some reason, I just looked at it like, I don't need a TV, but why not? So I went over to the group and I said, I'm interested. And I was the first one to respond. And it took me a few minutes to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And then a bunch of other people responded afterwards. So I didn't think about it. I went back to doing what I was doing. So about 10 minutes later, I got the message from the young lady saying, congratulations, you got the TV, come pick it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was in Madison where I stay, in the neighborhood where I stay. So I was like, I'll just swing by and pick it up on the way home. And when I started driving to her house, I was like, where is this? I've never been to this part of Madison before. I didn't know Madison was this big,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just driving and I'm twisting and I'm turning and I'm like, where am I? And I turn into one complex that they're building and another complex that they're building. So I get to the lady's house, and her house was the only house in the subdivision. Like the subdivision, there was like dirt everywhere, and there was like a
Mm-hmm.
house here. And so I got the TV, and as I started driving out, I just had this feeling like, oh, because I forgot to tell y'all this. I was visualizing
Wow.
earlier that week. And one of the visualizations was that I was visualizing myself paying my team member. And as I was visualizing myself paying the team member, I saw the computer, and I was just, I saw the bank account, and I'm doing that. But I'm sitting it started to come into focus. I was sitting at an island in the kitchen, and then all these other things started to materialize, the backsplash. It was a little blurry.
Wow.
I saw like some French doors off to the side, and it looked like there was like nice landscaping back there.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my little blanket and go out there after I'm done with this. And then but some of it was like in the dark, so I couldn't
Yes.
see. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, back to the thing. So when I got the TV and I'm driving out, it hit me was like, was the reason why because I thought the reason why I couldn't see everything was because I needed to work harder at getting the details, coming to
Mm-hmm.
the details. But I was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, maybe the reason why I couldn't see it was that it hadn't been built yet. Like that was
Mm.
the thought that I had.
Wow.
And I just giggled because I was like, oh, God is just so funny. Like
Uh-huh.
so, I feel like I love having fun with this.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a
Mm-hmm.
superpower. So
Mm-hmm.
that one hasn't come. Yeah, that one is on its way.
Absolutely it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely it is. I love that. Wow, wow, wow. And so I love that you said, am I supposed to be, the thought was, well, maybe I need to work harder at visualization. No, it's not supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
supposed to be hard at all. Sometimes we have to sit still a little longer and just maybe not completely relaxed,
Yeah.
enough to see it. Or maybe it's just meant for you to have a partial picture, maybe because it's not being built yet. But
Right.
that's the fun when you're playing with, maybe it's this and maybe and it's supposed to be just that simple and that fun. And
Yeah.
so listen, everybody, if you have not started visualizing and purposely meditating on manifesting things, then maybe it's your time. I'm sure you have heard one of these scenarios today that has spoken to your heart, inspired you in some kind of way. And some of you will probably be replaying it, I don't know how many times, but I'm telling you, it works. It works. Without a vision, the people perish. Without a vision, the people perish. Does that mean you don't have a vision, you die? No, it just means there's no real hope for what you want really coming to you. And so we need to just sit still. Some people, very, 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 very rich people talk about visualization. Everyday people like me talk about visualization. Anybody can visualize it. We're all not meant to be millionaires and billionaires. Some of us want to visualize a car. Some of us want to visualize a house. Some of us want to visualize a business. Some of us want to be an author, have a book. It's up to you to decide what it is that you want, and then just practice visualizing. Just have fun to see if maybe this is the way that you can manifest what you want, especially in today. I don't want to watch the news. I don't want to watch anything that says reality. You know what I'm saying? That this is a reality.
Yeah.
Because I want to create my own.
Yeah.
I want to create my own, and there's a power inside of us that makes it all possible. It makes it all possible. Kenya, I am so grateful for you. Is there anything that you just burn in your heart that you want to share with the listeners and with the followers about, what they could do to live more empowered, to be happy? Like, especially during this pandemic, we need more motivation than we ever have before. So can you just kind of give
Yeah.
us some final words about anything to encourage and empower the listeners?
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing that I would want to encourage the listeners is to give yourself permission to create the life that you want. Um,
Mm-hmm.
give yourself permission to feel how you want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
I know it may sound simple, but all it takes is practice. Like it just takes practicing and doing it. What do you have to lose?
Mm-hmm.
If you know that you have been doing things a certain way, feeling mad, sad, allowing people to tug on your nerves, watching the news until you feel like you want to throw something at it, um, you know, you're guilty.
Yeah.
uh, but protect your peace and know that you are a creator. You can create your reality, and I know it doesn't seem like it
Mm-hmm.
because we've been so conditioned to feel like we're powerless at what is happening all around us. But I just want to empower you. Play with it. What do you have to
Mm-hmm.
lose?
Mm-hmm.
And just trust that something will happen. God will show up and prove to you that he's got he's got everything that you want in the spiritual realm.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that you activate your faith, like you said, Dr. K, is feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Not, and I'll leave you with this. I had a conversation with a friend of mine recently, and he was conspiracy theories and oh, they're trying to kill you with the vaccine and all these things, and asked me what do I think, and I just was like, you know what? If that's what they're doing, then I'm just gonna enjoy my life while I got it. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be as happy as I can and as blissful and blissfully ignorant as I can
Uh-huh.
before they shuffle us off into the Walmart concentration camps.
Right. I love it.
So just enjoy life as much as you possibly can because it's short and you deserve it. That's we're here to enjoy it. So
Yeah. That's funny because very, very strong landing. That's a 10. You get the hold of my little thing, get a 10. That was a strong landing. And I got tickled because I'm somewhat of a conspiracy theorist too.
okay.
But I'm balanced. So just because I'm a conspiracy theorist don't mean that there's no conspiracy. But anywho,
Right.
but I'm not gonna live my life caught up into being a worrywart, to fearing or anything, because I am aware of the power that is within me and the power to create. And so I just choose to, like you said, live my life to the fullest every day, command my day. When I wake up, I'm so thankful and grateful that I have another day to do it my way.
Yeah. Yeah.
to do it my way. And that's what I choose to do. And so we're just sharing with you and want you to understand that you too have the power to choose. You too have the power to visualize. You too have the power to play. You too have the power to activate your faith. You too have the knowledge and to know that you do have the power to do those things. So it's up to you whether you choose to do it or not, but we hope that you will. And what will probably happen is you'll listen to this podcast and then you'll get wrapped up in the world and forget who you are. When you do that, just come back and I'll tell you again who you are. Thank you so much for joining the Power Hour podcast. We are so delighted to have you, Kenya Haliburton, our phenomenal speaker and women's empowerment guru. I will list her social media tags in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining. I love you. Power up.